Hey guys, welcome back to Homework Help for Year 5, Week 6. Now before I do the homework question, I just want to do one question on page 6. This is from the classwork. Question 13 says a coach travels from the station to the beach a distance of 576 kilometers away in 6 hours. So the coach is only allowed to travel at a maximum speed of 90 kilometers per hour. Did the coach break the speed limit? So you have a distance, too big. You have a distance of from the station to the beach, a distance of 576 kilometers. Now you need to get there in 6 hours. So here's 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotta get there in 6 hours. So the question is, what is your speed in 1 hour? So the speed, remember, speed is equal to distance divided by time. The distance is 576 kilometers divided by the time. You got 6 hours. So divided by 6. So let's do a 576 to long division divided by 6. 57 divided by 6, you will get 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Take away, you get remainder 3. 36 divided by 6 is 6. That means it's 96. That means that to get there, you will need to travel at a speed of 96 kilometers an hour. But the coach is only allowed to travel at 90 kilometers an hour. So if he traveled at 96, that means he's breaking the speed limit. He's going over the speed that he's allowed to travel. So yes, the answer here is yes. The coach broke the speed limit. So he did break the speed limit. Alright, and one more question. So that's that question, okay? Question 13. Now, on the page 7, I want to do question 14 here, just to quickly show you. It says at the equator of the Earth, at the equator, the Earth spins a distance of 25,992 miles every day. What speed does the Earth spin at in miles per hour? So in one day, it spins this much. So 25,992. That's for one day, which is 24 hours. I quickly turned the one day into 24 hours. So now we want to know how many spins miles it will spin for 1 hour. So from 24 to 1, we divided by 24. So that means I have to divide this by 24 as well. So let's do that one real quick, see what we get. I might do over here for more space. 25,992 divided by 24. Okay, this question is only tricky because we're doing long division with the bigger numbers, okay? So let's just quickly do this. 25 divided by 24 is 1. 1 times 24 is 24. Take away, you get remainder 1. Now we bring down the next number, 9. So that will be 19 divided by 24. Since 19 can't be divided by 24, we put 0. Now we say 0 times 24 is just 0. And we minus, we get the remainder of 19. Now we bring the next number down, 9. So 199 divided by 24. Okay, so this one you're going to have to do a little bit guess and check. Okay, so we know that 10 times 24 equals 240. 9 times 24 is 240. Take away 24, which will be 200 and let's see, 1 and 6, 16. Yep. So 216 is still too much. So I think 8 times 24. So 8 times 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. So the answer here should be 8. 8 times 24 is 192. Now we're going to take away, we're going to get a remainder of 7. Bring the next number down. 72 divided by 24. 72 divided by 24 is exactly 3. 3 times 24 is 72 with no remainders, so therefore the answer is 1083 miles per hour, and that's the answer we're looking for. It says what's the speed in miles per hour for one hour. Okay. Now let's go through the homework. First one says an airplane flies at a constant speed of 60 kilometers an hour. How long will it take to travel a distance of 750 kilometers? So, now we know that if you want to do how long, okay, so how long, we're looking for the time. So remember the triangle, if you remember, I'll draw a triangle here for you. Distance on top, D for distance, S for speed, and T for time. So if we're looking for how long, we're looking for the time. So we cover the time up, okay? And you can see that it's distance divided by speed. So time equals to distance divided by speed. Now distance is equal to, let me see what's the distance. 750 kilometers. And the speed is 600 kilometers an hour. So now what we're going to do is when we divide it, I like to put it into a fraction because it's easy to deal with. Now we can just cross out the zeros. So you're going to get 75 over 60. Now you're going to simplify this. Let's divide the top and bottom by 5. 75 divided by 5, will that give me 15? And 60 divided by 5 will give me 12. Now I can simplify this further by dividing top and bottom by 3. So 15 divided by 3 will give me 5, and 12 divided by 3 will give me 4. And if I can turn this one into, so this is an improper fraction, I'm going to turn this one into mixed numeral, and that's going to give me 1 and 1/4. Or you could say that's 1.25 hours. Or you could say that is 1 hour, and 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes. So 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, either of these answers is acceptable. You can leave it as 1.25 hours, that's fine. Okay, next one. A taxi hurries with a constant speed of 64 kilometers an hour. How long will it take to travel a distance of 32 kilometers? So how long? Again, we're going to do time. So we need to do time is equal to distance divided by speed. What's the distance? The distance is 32 kilometers. So we're going to do 32. What is the speed? The speed is 64. So we divide it by 64. Now, because they're both in kilometers, it's fine to divide. If they're not, you have to be careful and convert. Alright, so since they're both kilometers, we just divide normally. Okay. So you can see that 32 and 64, we can divide them both by what, 8. 32 divided by 8, you're going to get 4. And 64 divided by 8 is just 8. And you can see clearly that this is going to be a half. So half of what? Now, because we're dealing with how long, it's going to be in either hours or minutes. But since this one is in hours, it's going to be half an hour. Or you could say that's 30 minutes. Either answer is acceptable. Alright, next one. An airplane flies 3,420 kilometers in 4 hours and 45 minutes. What's the average speed? So don't worry about the average, just look at the word speed. Now you want to find speed, remember the triangle? Distance divided by speed times time. If you want to find the speed, you cover up the speed, and you can see that it's distance divided by time, distance over time, okay? So speed equals to distance over time. Distance is equal to 3420. Now time We're divided by time, which is 4 hours and 45 minutes. Now 45 minutes is 3/4, so 15 minutes is 1/4. 30 minutes is 2/4, and 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. Okay, so we're dividing it by 4 and 3/4. Whoops. So let's divide this, but let's do it in a fraction way. So I'm gonna say 3420 divided by 4 and 3/4. Now this is a whole number, so let's change it into a fraction. So it'll be 3420 over 1. Now we can't divide it by this mixed numeral, so we're going to change it into improper fraction. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. 19 over 4. Since we're dividing it by a fraction, we need to flip this one, the second one, upside down. So that's going to be the same as 3420 over 1 times it by 4 over 19. Alright, so what we're going to do is let's see if we can divide this by 19, because if we can, it will just make our life a lot easier. So let's try. 3420 divided by 19. How many 19s go into 34? 19, 2 times 19 is 38, so we can't use 2, we have to use 1. So that'll be 19. So take away 19, this is 14, take away 9 will be 5, this will be a 2. 3 take away 2 is 1, 15. Alright, so the remainder is 15. Bring the 2 down, you get a 2 there. How many 19s will fit in 152? I know that 19 times 10 is 190, that's too much. Let's see what happens if I do 9 times 19. 9 times 9 is 81. 1 times 9 is 9, plus 8 is 7. So 172, that's still too much. Let's try it 8. 8 times 19. 8 times 9 is 72. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 7 is 15. Yes, that's right. So that means that we have to use 8. 8 times 19 is exactly 152. So when you take it away, you're going to get 0 remainders. Okay. And then we're going to bring the next number down, which is 0. 0, this is just a bunch of zeros. 0 divided by 19 is just 0. And then 19 times 0 is just 0. Take away, no more remainders, and that's our answer, 180. So the answer is 180. Hold on, let me see how far. We're doing question. Oh, wait, I'm just. It says the speed. Okay, we're not done yet. So we just, all we did was this. We just divide this by 9. We divide top and bottom by 19. This will be 1, and this will be 180. So now you got to do 4 times 180. Okay. Wow, very long and long question here. So what you get here is 180 over 1 times it by 4 over 1. So now we're going to do 4 times 180. Okay. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 8 is 32. And that would be 720. So that means the answer, finally, after doing all these calculations, is 720. What? We're looking for? We're looking for the speed. So we have to be kilometers per hour. And that's your answer. Okay. Because, how do I know it's kilometers an hour? Because look at the speed. Speed is in kilometers. And the time is in hours. We did everything in terms of hours. Even the 45 minutes, we change it in terms of hours. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. Everything's in terms of hours, okay? So it has to be kilometers per hour. That's the answer. Okay, that was a tricky one. Long and tricky. Now I'm going to get rid of this. Alright. Next one. It says a van moves with a constant speed of 64 miles an hour. How far can it travel in 1 hour and 30 minutes? Okay, so How far? We're looking for the distance. How far means distance. Distance, again, we use a triangle. If you want to find a distance, you just cover up the D for the distance. D, so you cover that up, and you get speed times time. So that means speed times time, which means speed, what's the speed? Speed is 64 miles an hour. This means 64 miles per hour. Okay, so we're just going to use the number 64, and we're going to times it by how long it took, the time. This is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you got to change this one into hours. Everything has to be in hours. Okay, so this is 1 hour, it's just 1 hour. 30 minutes is half an hour, so 1.5. Or you could say that's 1.5. Actually, I'm going to leave it as 1.5. So we're going to multiply by 1.5. Now, I'm going to multiply using the fraction method. Okay, so I'm going to say 64 over 1, because 64 is a whole number, it has to be over 1. Multiply by, let's turn this one into an improper fraction. You can't leave it like this. So it'll be 3, it'll be 3 over 2. So let's see, what can we simplify? We're multiplying fractions now. What can we simplify? I can divide this one and this one by 2. This will be a 1. 64 divided by 2 will be 32. So when I multiply this, I'm going to get 32 over 1 times it by 3 over 1. So 3 times 32, and you will get the answer. I'm not going to write it down. You can figure that out. So do that, and the answer will be how far. So that will be in miles. The number will be in miles, because here it says 64 miles an hour. That means we're dealing with miles. Okay. Now question 5 says Pete rides his bikes 80 kilometers in 4 hours. What's his average speed in kilometers per hour? So they want to know how far in kilometers does he travel in 1 hour. Okay, so Pete travels 80 kilometers in 4 hours, but we want to know how far travels in 1 hour, and that will be the speed. So whatever number you get here, it'll be that number in kilometers per hour. So how do we do that? So let's have a look here. You can have a look and see that from 4 to 1, that is, what do? We divide it by 4. So that means I must divide this by 4. And, whoops. So 80 divided by 4 is very simple. That will be 80 divided by 4. And that will give me 20 kilometers per hour. Done. Alright, next page. I'm gonna try and not give you the answers, but because some of these are so tricky. Okay. An airplane flies 810 miles in 1.5 hours. What's the average speed? So you're looking for the speed. Okay, if you're looking for the speed, what you gotta do is speed equals to, remember the triangle we drew? Distance over speed times time. If you want to find speed, you cover up the speed, the S there, and you will see that it's distance divided by time. So that's distance divided by time. I put the divide like a fraction. I didn't write the divide symbol. What is the average speed? So you need to do distance divided by time. So what's the distance? The distance is 810 miles. So that's 810 divided by the time, which is 1.5 hours. And let's divide this in a fraction method. So we write 810 divided by 1.5. Now 810 is 810 over 1. So that's 810 over 1 divided by, now we're going to change this one into improper. You can't leave it like this. So you're going to have 3 over 2. So that will equal to 810 over 1 times it by 2 over 3. Okay, so get the numbers, simplify it, and see what you get. And the answer would be, it says, what's the average speed? So speed will be in miles per hour. So whatever number you get here will be miles per hour, okay? Okay, I'll let you do that by yourself. Question 7. It says the distance between town A and town B is 120 kilometers. It took Alex 2 hours to get from town A to town B. So imagine you have here town A, and here is town B. So Alex took 2 hours to get from town A to town B, and only 3 hours on the return trip from town B back to town A. So it took another 3 hours to go back to our town A. Find the total distance. Okay, what's the total distance? Now the distance between town A and town B, I'll color that in blue, is 120 kilometers. Okay, so if Alex traveled from A to B, then from B back to A, that means he's traveled 120 kilometers twice, isn't he? So 120 times by 2 will give me 240. That means Alex has traveled 240 kilometers just from A to B and then from B back to A. Now it says find the total distance and the total time he has traveled. So the total distance is that much. This is the distance. And let's look at the time. How long did it take him to travel? Well, it took him 2 hours, 2 hours, plus another 3 hours, and that'll give me 5 hours. And that's the time. So we have a distance, we have a time. It says find his speed, his average speed. So the speed, remember, is equal to distance divided by time. So that'll give me 240 divided by 5, and that'll give you the answer in kilometers per hour. Okay, so you can work that out by yourself, not too hard. Question 8. The distance between town A and town B is 200. Okay, so same thing. I'm just gonna town A, town B, and the distance is 200 kilometers. It says a train left town A at 9 a.m. So at 9 a.m. the train leaves town A and arrives at 1 p.m. town B. What's the average speed? So to find the speed, remember, speed equals to distance over time. The distance, we know the distance is 200 kilometers. So what's the time? How long did it take for the train to go from A to B? Well, we just need to find the time elapsed from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. How long did it take? From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. will be 4 hours. So we just divide it by 4. There you go. You can get the answer there. Not too hard. All right, next page. Okay. Let me double check. Yep. Okay. So this one is we're gonna use the clues to fill in the table, and let's give it a try. Okay. So it says the turtle race. That means that all of these are turtles. These are all turtles. Turtle names, and this must be what they like. What kind of things they like, and what place they come first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, let's get rid of that. So I'm not even gonna bother using this bottom part. I don't need to use it. Tweedledum finished before the turtle who loves lettuce. Okay, so let me just write their names here. Tweedledum finished before the turtle who loves lettuce. So that means he's ahead of the turtle. So in terms of first, second, and third, Tweedledum finished before this other turtle who loves lettuce. So that means that the turtle who loves lettuce must have come after. So imagine if this was a race, right? So let me just finish reading. before the turtle who loves lettuce and the turtle who yearns for cantaloupe, but after Tiny Tim. So he beats 2 turtles. So we got, imagine this will be first place. I think Tweedledum will be second place, because he beats 2 turtles, but he's behind 1 other turtle, so he must be in second place. So Tweedledum, I'm going to put that as second place. I'm going to put a tick there. And we also know that it says fish before turtle who loves lettuce. That means that one of these turtles here, 3rd or 4th place, loves lettuce. One of them loves lettuce. Okay. And a turtle who yearns for cantaloupe. So one of these loves lettuce and the other loves cantaloupe. Alright, now let's look at the second clue. Pokey finished after the turtle who loves strawberries and the turtle with a taste for pickled beets, but before the turtle who prefers cantaloupes. So according to what this is saying, he finishes after the turtle who loves strawberries, that's 1 turtle, and the turtle who with a taste for pickled beets, and that's 2 turtles. So he's come in 3rd place, but before, so he's beating the 4th, so he's not last, because it says before the turtle who prefers cantaloupes. So that means that Pokey must come in 3rd place. Pokey. Because according to the question, 2 turtles are ahead of Pokey, but Pokey is ahead of this 1 other turtle. So Pokey must be in 3rd place. Okay. And it also says that, let me see. Pokey finish after the turtle who loves strawberries. So that means that one of these, either the 1st or 2nd, they love strawberries. And what else? And the turtle with a taste for pickled beets. So one of them loves strawberries and the other one loves pickled beets. We don't know which one is which. Okay. We just know that maybe the first person, the turtle in the first place likes strawberries, or maybe the turtle in the first likes pickle beet. We don't know. We just have to work things out. Now it says, but before the turtle who prefers cantaloupes. So let me just put Pokey in 3rd place, put a tick there. And we know that Pokey, well, hold on. But before that, so the turtle that loves the cantaloupe is the last one. So whoever's last loves the cantaloupes. That means that whoever's, okay, so remember this clue here from the clue 1. Okay, so whoever's 4th, the last one, is gonna love the cantaloupes. Now we know exactly which one likes which. Okay, so the 4th one will like cantaloupes and the 3rd one will like the lettuce. Now we just don't know who likes the pickled beets and strawberries. What else? And then it says before prefers cantaloupes. Okay. Tweedle. So who is Tweedle there? After Tiny Tim. Oh, I forgot in the clue, in the first clue. Tweedledum finished before the turtle who loves lettuce and the turtle who yearns for cantaloupe, but after Tiny Tim. So that means Tiny Tim is the 1st place, because it says after Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim's in 1st place, so we're going to tick 1st place for Tiny Tim. So that means the 4th place must be Ferdinand. Okay. Now, it says Tweedledum does not like strawberries. If Tweedledum doesn't like strawberries, that means that Tweedledum, well, there's only strawberries or pickled beets for the 1st and 2nd place. And if Tweedledum doesn't like strawberries, that means he must like the pickled beets. So that means that Tiny Tim must like strawberries. So let's tick that. Tiny Tim will be strawberries. Tweedledum would be pickled beets. We know that Pokey is going to be lettuce. Pokey. And the 4th place, the last one, is cantaloupe. So Finley is the last one and he likes the cantaloupes. There you go, all done. Hope that makes sense. Okay, just using the clues when I fill the tables out. Last one, the cloud mirage. Now we got Brittany. Okay, so the first clue is listing out the people. We got Brittany. Whoops. So we got Brittany. And we got the boy who sighted a soldier. So we got a boy. Actually, let's establish who's boy and girl. Brittany will be a girl. Tricia will be a girl. Raymond will be a boy, and Samantha will be a girl. So it said there's only one boy in this group. So it says the boy who sighted the soldier. That means that Raymond must be the one who sighted the soldier. Let's see. The girl who saw the sad lady. Okay, so Brittany. The boy who sighted a soldier. That means that Brittany can't be the one to sight the soldier. So we're going to put a cross on that one. And for all of these, Samantha, none of them can be either one. Okay. Now, because this one's a bit tricky, I'm going to put some crosses. In the first one, I just did that with no crosses. But this one's a bit trickier. So I'm going to put some crosses to eliminate the possibilities. Now the next one says, okay, so it's listing out. It says Brittany, the boy who sighted a soldier, the girl who saw the sad face. So Brittany can't be the one who saw the sad. Was it the sad lady's face? So sad lady, she can't be Brittany. And the girl who said she felt peaceful. So Brittany can't be the one that felt peaceful because that's another person. Okay. Said she felt people while watching the clouds were amazed at the image their friend saw in the same cloud. Okay. The next one says Trisha, Trisha, the boy who felt content. Well, there's only one boy, so that's easy. So that means Raymond is the one that felt content. Okay, the girl who saw the winged horse. So Trisha can't be the one who saw the winged horse. Cross that out. And the girl who felt curious. So Trisha can't be the one who felt curious. All enjoyed the picnic in the meadow. Now the third one says Brittany, Raymond, and Samantha. So we got Brittany, Raymond, and Samantha. That means, and the girl who felt sad. That means that the girl who felt sad is not listed here. So that means that must be Trisha. Okay. So the girl, Trisha must be the one that felt sad. So we're going to put a tick on the Trisha with a sad. A close friend. The person, and then clue 4 says the person who observed the winged horse did not feel sad. So whoever, that means Trisha can't be the one to have observed the winged horse. But it's already crossed out anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see what we can find in here. I need to do some more, I'm going to cross out some more stuff, so let me see. Okay, so I'm going to cross these ones out. Going to cross this one out. Alright, from here, because I've crossed out the people who can't, because look at Raymond, he's the one that felt content, right? That means that Samantha can't be the one to feel content. Trisha and Brittany can't be the one to feel content. I'm just crossing it out. So that means the only one left is curious. That means Brittany was the one who's curious. And then we can cross out some more. Alright. And you can see from that peaceful is Samantha is gonna be aligned with Samantha there. Alright. The boy who Brittany, the boy who sighted saw the girl who saw the sad lady's face. The one that's talking about that is, okay, the girl who said she felt peaceful. The one who's peaceful, yep, that must be, wait, that can't be Brittany. Okay, that was, yep, so Samantha. Okay, Trisha, the boy who felt content, the girl who saw the winged horse. And the girl who felt curious. That means that the person who saw the winged horse can't be the one that felt curious. They're again different people. So the one who felt curious, which is, which is Brittany, can't be the one to see the winged horse. So we're going to cross out the winged horse for Brittany. So which means that Brittany has to have saw the sailing ship. Okay. And okay, so that means that clue 3 and clue 4. Clue 4 doesn't help much. Might as well not be there. It doesn't really help. Clue 3. Yep, I'll just go back to clue 1. The boy who sighted us, so the girl who saw the sad lady's face. Who saw the sad lady's face? So let's list it out. We got Brittany. This is the first person. The boy, so that's Raymond. Okay. The girl who saw the sad lady's face. So who saw the sad lady's face? It's either Trisha or Samantha. And the girl who, so we don't know who this other person is. And then the next one, it says, and the girl who said she felt peaceful. Who's that? Who felt peaceful? Samantha is the one that felt peaceful. Samantha. Which means that the girl who said the third person, the girl who saw the sad lady's face cannot be Samantha. So we're going to cross out Samantha. You can cross it out here. Samantha is not the one who saw the sad lady's face. So what does that leave us with? Let's cross out this one as well. That means that the person who saw that sad lady's face must be Trisha. And then Samantha is the winged horse. There you go. And that's it. We don't need to use this one. Okay, let's go to the next page. That took a while. Alright, this one is the last page, page 10, revision. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw the triangle here. The distance on the top, speed times time at the bottom. It says find the speed. Okay, so it's when distance is equal to 142 kilometers and time is 2 hours. So if you want to find the speed, you're going to cover up the speed. And you can see that it's distance over time, right? See there? Distance over time. Distance divided by time. Gonna get rid of that, whoops. So speed equals to distance over time, and that's equal to 142 divided by time, which is 2. And that will be your speed in kilometers per hour. That's your answer there. You can work that out. Question 2. Find out the distance covered when speed is when speed is 960 kilometers an hour and the time is 1 hour and 50 minutes. So if you want to find the distance, you cover up the distance from this triangle and you can see that it's speed times time. So distance, equals to speed times time, which equals to 960 times by 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, this must be expressed in hours before we can continue. Okay, so 1 hour is just 1 hour. 50 minutes is 50 over 60 as a fraction. Let's put it into a fraction, okay? So 50 minutes over 60, and we can just say that's 1. Let's cross out the zeros. So that's 1 and 5 on 6. Because 50 minutes is as a fraction of an hour has 60 minutes. So that's just 5 on 6, okay? So that's what that is. So we're going to multiply by 1 and 5 on 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this. First we turn 960 as a whole number into a fraction, put it over 1, times, now to multiply, you need this one to be improper fraction. So 5 on 6 will be 1 times 6 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 11, and you get 11 on 6. Alright, you can simplify this. You can divide this one by 6 and divide this one by 6. This will be 1. What's 960 divided by 6? 9 divided by 6 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. Take away, you get a remainder 3. Bring the next number down. 36 divided by 6 will be 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Take away, you get 0. And then bring the next number down. 0 divided by 6 is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. Take away, no remainder. No more numbers to bring down. Therefore, the answer is 160. So that means it's going to be 160 over 1 times it by 11 over 1. And you can work out the answer to that. And the answer is it says distance, so it's going to be in kilometers. So whatever you get for the answer there, that'll be in kilometers. Okay. Question 3. Determine the time taken when distance is that much, the speed is that much. Okay, so time taken, so we're looking for time. Let's look at this triangle again. If you want to find the time, you're going to cover up the time. And you can see that it's distance over speed. Okay, so time is equal to distance divided by speed. What's the distance? Distance is 7,150 kilometers divided by the speed. The speed is 780. Okay, so now we're going to cross out the zeros and we're going to figure out how many 78s go into 715. Now that's a tricky one. I'll do that maybe up here. 715 divided by 78. Okay, 71 can't be divided by 78, so we take a whole number. 715. Let me see. Let's try. I know that 10 times 78 is equal to 780, but that's too big. So let's try 8. Let's try 8. Actually, no. Let's try 9. 9 times 78. 9 8 is 72. 9 times 7 plus 7 is 70. Let me just double check that with calculator. Yep, I'm correct. Alright, so we can use 9. 9 will be the closest, and that will be 702. Take it away, and you will get a remainder of 13. Okay, so let me see where I'm. Let's divide it without decimal. Let's just divide it like this. So the answer let's change this one from a improper fraction into a mixed numeral. So you're gonna get 9. 78 goes into 759 times with a remainder of 13. 13 over 78. Now I believe 78 can be divided by 13 actually. So let me have a look. 78 divided by 13. How many 13s go into 78? Let me try 6. 6 times 13. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Yes, so that means I can simplify this into 9, and I can divide top and bottom by 13. And the answer will be 1 over 6. 9 and 1 6. It says determine the time, so this will be 9 and 1 6 of an hour. 9 1 6 hours. Or you could say that's 9 hours. 1 6 of an hour. What's 1 6 of an hour? 1 hour has 60 minutes, so 1 6 is 10 minutes. 9 hours and 10 minutes. Whoops. So both of these answers are acceptable. I'll give you that one there. Question 4. The distance traveled by a train is 495 kilometers in 4 hours and 30 minutes. What's the speed? Alright, no problem. You want to find a distance. Remember, distance is this one here. Distance is speed times time. Distance equals to speed times time. Speed is... Oh, hold on. Oh, no, we're looking for the speed. Whoops, my bad. Speed equals... What is the speed? Speed equals to distance divided by time. So distance divided by time. Distance is that much. So that's 495 divided by time. Time is 4 hours, and we can't say 4 hours and 30 minutes. You gotta put everything in terms of hours. Okay, so 30 minutes is half an hour. So that's 4.5. Okay, so you can divide it by 4.5 there. Great. Okay, now we just do the fraction division. So we're going to take 495. This is a whole number, so you put it over 1. And you're going to do divide 4.5. So 4.5 turn into improper fraction, you get 9/2. And that, when you're dividing fractions, you're going to do what? You're going to flip the second number upside down and change it to a times. So 495 times it by 2/9. Okay, so I wonder if we can simplify the 9 and the 495. Let me just try. 495 divided by 9. 49 divided by 9 is 5. 9 times 5 is 45. That's a remainder of 4. 45. So that's another 5. Okay, so that means I can simplify this. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll divide this one by 9. I'll get 1. So that's 55 times 2, which is 110. So the answer here should be 110 kilometers an hour. Okay. What else we got? Alright. Question 5. A cyclist covers 950 meters in 5 minutes. It says find his speed in kilometers an hour. So you want to get to the... Okay. So we want to get to kilometers in hour. So 5 minutes he traveled this much. So how much minutes in an hour? We want to get to 60 minutes, right? So 5 minutes and 60 minutes is times it by 12. So what you gotta do here, you times it by 12. You'll get the amount in meters. So once you do that, I need to rub this out. You will get a number, and I want you to convert that number. So when you do 950 times it by 12, you get a big number. And then that'll be in meters. Whatever the answer is, will be in meters. Then you got to convert it into kilometers by dividing it by 1,000. Okay, and then you get some number. It'll be something kilometers, and then it'll be per hour. There you go. I'll let you do that on your own. Question 6. The speed of the train is 72 kilometers per hour. Find its speed in meters per second. So you want to change from 72 kilometers an hour to meters per second. So first of all, let's change everything to the correct units. 72 kilometers, I want to change it to meters. So you times it by 1,000, you're going to get 72,000 meters. Now, instead of per hour, I want to change it to per second. Now, we know that 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. So we're going to put it 3,600 seconds. We change it to the correct unit first. Now I want meters. I want to know how many meters I get in 1 second, per 1 second. So I want to get it to 1 second here. So to get from 3,600 to 1, I did divide it by 3,600 and divide this by 3,600. And you get the answer in whatever the answer is. So you're going to do 72,000 divided by 3,600. You get an answer, and that will be your meters per second. There. Okay, you can do that. Question 7. Express the speed of 60 meters per minute in kilometers an hour. Okay, so in 1 minute, I travel 60 meters. What about if I do 2 minutes? How far will I travel in 2 minutes? Well, I'll be double of that, 120. In 3 minutes, I'll triple that, and that'll be 180, and so on, okay? I want to get to the point where I get it's 1 hour. Now we know 1 hour has how many minutes? We have 60 minutes. So how many meters will I travel in 60 minutes? Well, we just multiply 60 meters times it by 60 minutes. Let me just see, question 8. Whoops, question 7. Yes. hold on, express minutes to, yeah, okay. So just multiply 60 by 60 and you will get your answer in meters per hour. But they don't want meters per hour, they want kilometers an hour. So what you gotta do is just do whatever answer you get here divided by 1,000 and you'll get it in kilometers an hour. Done. Question 8. Question 7. Yep, alright. Question 8. A man runs at the speed of 10 kilometers an hour. How much time will he take to cover 750 meters? Let me see. Okay, this is in kilometers. Just be careful, it is in kilometers and this is in meters. Okay. So we have a speed. A man, okay, the speed is equal to 10. And we have a distance. It covers 700 and something. So distance is equal to, now this is 10 kilometers. The distance is 750 meters. Or we can change this one to kilometers and that will be divided by 1,000, will be 0.75. Now it says how long, so what's the time taken? So how do we find time? Time, let's have a look at the triangle again. If you want to know time, cover up the T for time and you can see that it's distance divided by speed. Alright. So time is equal to distance divided by speed. Distance is equal to 0.75 divided by the speed, which is 10. What happens when you divide that number by 10? Well, we move decimal place to the left one time, so it'll be 0.075. Alright, hold on. Question is question 8. Let me think how much time. This will be in. Oh, okay, so this will be in hours. Okay, let's, you know what, this is hard to see because this is 0.075 hours, but we don't know how many minutes that is. Okay, so let's change from the beginning. Instead of doing this, 0.75 divided by 10. Now this is 0.75, what is this? This can be written as 3/4. Hold on. Okay, let's change. Let's change this one to a fraction. It'll be easier. So because when I get decimal like 0.075 and you want to multiply that to 60 to get how many minutes that is, it's pretty hard. So let's change this one to a fraction. 0.75 is 3/4. 3/4, we're dividing it by 10. 10 is a whole number, so it's 10/1. So that means 3/4 would be times by 1/10, which means 3/40 of an hour. 3/40th of an hour. Alright. So let's see how many minutes this is. We know that 1 hour has 60 minutes. So let's find out what 3/40th of an hour is. So we just times 3/40 by 60. Number 1. Let's cross out the zeros. So you're going to get 3 times 6 would be 18 divided by 4. Okay, let's simplify this. It will be 9/2, which equals to 4.5 minutes. There's your answer. Okay, I changed the hour into minutes and then I do 3/40 of the 60 minutes and I find out the answer to be 4.5 minutes. Very tricky question that. Question 9. Aaron runs 500 meters in 100 seconds. Find the speed in kilometers per hour. So Aaron runs 500 meters, okay, in 100 seconds. Okay, So I'm going to rewrite that. 500 meters is traveled in 100 seconds. Now the question is, find the speed in kilometers an hour. So I need to find the distance traveled in 1 hour, because that's how we do the speed. We say so and so kilometers an hour in 1 hour. Okay, so 1 hour has how many seconds? Remember that 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. 3,600 seconds. So I want to know how many meters I've traveled when an hour has passed. So look at this. From 100 seconds to 3,600 seconds, I just multiply by 36, isn't it? So that means I multiply this by 36. So multiply 36 to 500 and you will get your answer in meters. But it says if they want to find the speed in kilometers an hour. So let me just rub this out. Alright, so you're going to do 500, let me just put it here, 500 times by 36. Okay, just like I said here, 500 times 36. And you will get some big number. Oops. Get some big number here, and this will be in meters. Okay, then you need to change it to kilometers. So take this number, okay, and divide it by 1,000, and then you will get it in kilometers. So some value there, it'll be kilometers per hour. And that's your answer there. Alright, last one. A cyclist travels at a speed of 20 kilometers an hour. How far will he travel in 50 minutes? Okay, so let's just use the triangle again. Maybe that way is easier. A cyclist travels at a speed of, so the speed is equal to 20. How far will travel in 50 minutes? The time is equal to 50 minutes. Now, 50 minutes. We need to change this one into hours, okay? So we have to divide it by 60 to get hours. So 50 divided by 60 is 5/6 of an hour. It's not yet 1 hour, it's 5/6 of an hour. So we got the speed, we got time. Now we says how far, we need to find the distance. So remember, distance, you cover up the D for distance, equals to speed times time. So we need to do speed, which is 20, times it by the time, which is 5/6. And that's going to give you, we can just put this over 1, and we can simplify this a little bit. I can cross this out, make this, divide this by 2, we'll get a 3, divided by 2, we'll get 10. So the answer is going to be 50 over 3. And that's going to be what? It's going to be 16 and 2/3 kilometer. That's the answer there. It says how far, right? So that's the distance. You're gonna get 16 kilometers and 2/3 of a kilometer. Alright, and that's done. Alright, that was a bit tricky, and also dealing with big numbers too, so I hope that helps a bit.